Water Mewtwo with ADP GX, let's see how this goes. This deck suggestion comes from YOLO for the win. If you want to suggest a video, then become a member. It costs less than a cup of coffee. There's a link down below. I'm not going to bore you with it. Let's go into the list. Our main goal with this one is to use the GX attacks of either ADP or Blastoise GX to try and get a whole bunch of energy into play or to power up our attacks. Mewtwo and Mew is our main attacker. It's a Mewtwo deck, and obviously we want to try and get this thing powered up as quickly as possible. If we go first, we probably want to get an Aurora energy attached to an ADP or a Mewtwo so that we can use Altered Creation, and then try and accelerate energy with Ultimate Ray in order to try and power up Blastoise GX's main attack. That attack is Rocket Splash. For 2 water energy, we deal 60 damage times the number of energy that we shuffle back into the deck. If we're going second, however, we probably want to use Giant Geyser, which is going to allow us to get a whole bunch of water energy from our hand onto the field of play, ready to use Rocket Splash with our Mewtwo to get some big knockouts. We can also use Starmie-GX as an opportunity to accelerate some water energy. 1 water, 40 damage, attach 2 water from the discard pile. With ADP, that goes up to 70. We can knock out a Jirachi for 2 prizes. And as if we didn't already have enough acceleration, we have Blastoise and Piplup ready to accelerate water energy from hand. Splash Maker does 150 damage and then accelerates 3 water energies from our hand to our Pokemon in any way that we like. Plus, we can heal a little bit of damage off with it as well. Really good utility attack. So that's the deck list in full. If you want to play along, it is down in the description. Just copy that into PTCGO and you'll be on your way. Let's take a look at some games. So you might have noticed I'm trying to be a little bit punchier with the editing this time. We'll see how it goes. We've got ourselves a decent start. Aurora Energy onto the Mewtwo is good. We can discard Blastoise. And then I'm starting to think that maybe we quick ball away the next Blastoise GX to try and grab ourselves a Dedenne, help us draw through our deck a little bit faster. Let's discard this hand and see what we can find. Hopefully we get ourselves access to an ADP, which we do. We can quick ball that card away. And let's try and get ourselves a few more extra cards with Crobat. We might thin with Cherish Ball. We'll grab ourselves out, I don't know, another Mewtwo. That seems fine. We can play that onto the bench. And then Crobat will draw us 3 more cards. We're looking for as many water energy as possible. This looks like a pretty good first turn to me. So our opponent will be going here. They'll be trying to set up their own ADP. Likely they'll be trying to get their first ADP ready and powered as quickly as possible. We're going to try and get that GX attack off right now. They've got Energy Spinner, triple Metal Energy, 1 Aurora attached and a Metal into the discard. This is big. If they can find Zacian and a Metal Saucer, then they'll be able to get that energy into play. They'll be able to potentially find Energy Switch to get the GX attack this turn. There's the Zacian. They've managed to find that, and they'll play that onto the bench, no doubt. Now they're going for another quick ball. We're probably going to see maybe a Dedenne, perhaps something like a Crobat, maybe a more wild. Dedenne-GX, though, seems like a pretty good option. They'll use that here to draw more cards. Are they going to get there? There's Metal Saucer. They've managed to find the Metal Saucer. Can they get the Energy Switch as well? Tag Call. Maybe not. Maybe they're going to be going for a Guzma and Hala or a Mallow and Lana. There's Cynthia and Caitlin. Maybe drawing a few more cards could be the answer. Do they find the Energy Switch? No, just an Intrepid Sword. So back across to us. Okay, our turn. What are we going to do? We've got Research. We've got Water Energy. I think I'm just going to attach to the active. We pretty much need to do that. What we could do, though, is we could attach to the bench and gust up this Zacian here. I don't mind that, although this seems actually a little bit weak. Now that I've thought about it, what I probably should have done is just held onto everything and then Altered Creation. Frankly, that's the best way to go about this one. Just AC, get the extra 30 damage, take the extra prizes. Probably should have held onto the boss so that I could have got the Dedenne up next turn. That's fine, we're going to be okay. We'll just hit the Altered Creation and hopefully we can find another boss later. Our opponent has a pretty massive hand now. They are looking very impressive. If they can get their Altered Creation off this turn, then the game becomes even. If they don't get it off, we are way out in front. Just think about it this way. What's going to happen is they're going to use their Altered Creation attack. We are going to hit them for 180 damage with Ultimate Ray, powering up a Mewtwo on the bench, and then they're going to do the same thing to us. They cannot knock out our Mewtwo's. However, they have 2 Dedenne and Crobat targets on the bench, which means that they can potentially get 3 prizes from both of those and not have to deal with our Mewtwo at all. So hopefully that doesn't happen. They've got a pretty big hand. We'll have to wait and see. They need to get the energy onto the ADP first. They might do that by using Energy Switch or just a manual attachment, which they've got from hand. They've got the retreat, so the AC will be coming here. Just the question of whether we can capitalize on being able to get our Altered Creation off first. So here comes their AC. They've managed to get it off. There's the powerful attack. We've got a Marnie. We've also got a Water Energy. Let's play both of those cards. We can shuffle their hand into their deck and get them 4 more cards. Hopefully they miss boss's orders. We've given ourselves a pretty solid hand here. A Quick Ball is good. We can use that to discard the Blastoise and Piplup. Grab ourselves another Pokemon if we wish. I'm thinking probably a good idea to grab out another Dedenne just because we need some more cards here. We're not in a great position when it comes to utility. We're going to Dedenne that away. And again, not an amazing hand, but at least we have access to a couple of discard options next turn. Let's Ultimate Ray here, get 180 damage on this ADP, and accelerate 3 Water Energy to our benched Mewtwo so that we've got a spare attacker ready to go. Our opponent's turn now. They're going to be looking for Gust and Energy Attachment, but it doesn't look like they've got it. Cynthia and Caitlin, the only supporter that they have in hand by the looks of it. They're going to grab Guzma and Hala out, which means that we are unlikely to be punished for those Dedennes on the bench. If they don't attack us and take prizes this turn, we are way out in front, because not only will we be able to take 4 prizes off of ADP thanks to Altered Creation, but we'll also have enough energy in play thanks to our next Ultimate Ray that will be able to knock out anything with Blastoise GX's first attack. So it looks like they're just going for the Ultimate Ray. We could be in a fantastic position here. I'm thinking we Aurora Energy to the benched Mewtwo. Let's discard the ADP and then just research. We're going to try and find another attacker here if we can. Keldeo is acceptable. It's not perfect, but it'll do. Let's Ultimate Ray, put some damage onto this ADP, take the knockout. Can we Starstream actually? Can we get the knockout that way? No, we can't. Let's just Ultimate Ray, and that way we'll be able to get 3 more energy into the field of play potentially, which will mean that maybe we are able to deal even more damage next turn with Blastoise GX. Ultimate Ray, just for one's acceptable, frankly. We're not in that bad of a position. As long as nothing goes wrong from here, we should be good to go. And we get 4 prizes. Look at that, boss's orders as well. That's perfect. It's going to allow us to target down anything we like. 2 boss's orders. Well, we probably should have saved that first one on the first turn. Our opponent now in an awkward spot. They're going to need to knock out the active Mewtwo, but pretty much anything that they do from here gets punished by another Mewtwo GX. So I'd say that this game is pretty much won. There's almost nothing that an ADP deck that you're playing against can do in this position. 2 powered attackers, they need to take 6 prizes still. It's unlikely that they're going to be able to manage it. The thing that they could do is potentially stall us out by gusting up another attacker, but ultimately we are going to be able to deal as much damage as we like thanks to the many energy that we have on our bench. It looks like they're going for a Tingly Return GX attack here to try and paralyze. No, just Static Shock. They've conceded defeat. The game is over now. We just can attach an extra energy and then just take the knockout. They've conceded. Good win for Water Mewtwo. Second game now, and we've got a decent start. ADP, and this game it looks like is up against YOLO for the win. Wouldn't you know it? On the ladder, we've managed to find the person that suggested the deck, so that's pretty serendipitous, you would say. With a bit of a surprised face there from him. We've got the ADP's Aurora Energy attached, which is fantastic. That means that next turn we'll be able to get off the Altered Creation. Obviously going first, that's what we want to do. Let's thin out some more cards. We'll get rid of that Starmie. We can grab the Mewtwo out, get the second one going. And with Capacious Bucket in hand and also another Aurora Energy, we're in a great spot. So our opponent's going for a Quick Ball here. They've got obviously some Pokemon they want to search out, discarding a Blastoise into a Mewtwo. We're seeing a mirror match here. I would be very surprised if it. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a 60 card mirror, getting rid of a Water Energy to grab a Dedenne. They'll probably discard the last card in their hand to get themselves 6 fresh ones. They're looking for probably the Blastoise GX's GX attack here, Crushing Hammer. Oh goodness, that's really, really bad for us. I was not anticipating a Crushing Hammer. That was not in the list that you suggested, YOLO for the win. So obviously coming out to counter his own deck suggestion. Pretty impressive. This hand though is not good. We've got 4 bad cards off of that Marnie. Luckily, we do at least have Switch, so we can attach a Water Energy and maybe deal some damage, but good grief, Charlie Brown, this is not looking good. Oh, look at that. Hey, Bucket, you're scratching. I'm trying to record a video here. The cats are a little bit hungry. Viridian Forest is okay. Alright, so we can at least do something here. What we're going to do is we're going to switch into the Mewtwo, I think, and then use Viridian Forest to discard the ADP, and then grab an energy and try and use Blastoise GX's, where is it? Giant Geyser at the top. We could maybe use, no, it's fine. Let's use Giant Geyser. I think that's going to be fine. No, that's Starstream, actually. We can put some damage on this thing, 80 damage, and then attach an energy. This way, next turn, we can attach an energy from hand and deal, 240 quite comfortably with a Mewtwo attacking with Blastoise GX's regular attack. My brain struggled to work there. Their second Crushing Hammer misses, which is lucky for us, because if it had hit, we would have been in big trouble. And they've managed to find another Water Energy. Do they go for the GX attack, the ADP? If they do, they're likely to see their Mewtwo getting knocked out this turn. Here comes that Altered Creation. They've managed to get it off. So it is our turn now, and we're looking pretty strong. We've got a Water Energy on a Mewtwo. All we have to do is click Rocket Splash and discard, I think, just 2 cards. Actually, we should probably shuffle in 1 from the bench instead of from the active. This does 120 times by 2 because our opponent has a Mewtwo. That's a knockout. 3 prizes for us, and our opponent has not a lot going on their side of the field. This could just be a concession here. I wouldn't be surprised, because we are in a dominant position now, even though we don't have a lot of energy in play ourselves. Looks like they're struggling with the decision here. Is it worth continuing on this game? It doesn't look like it. Sorry, YOLO, for the win. At least you know the deck works. We'll go into another one. This one was pretty short. I've got a cat behind me. He's managed to jump up there. I'm probably going to need to stop recording at some point to go and feed her, because she's very, very upset. We've got a decent start, though. We've got a Water Energy on a Mewtwo, which is good. Looks like we're playing up against Eternatus, so this could be a very interesting... Sorry, I'm just too busy looking at the cat. Hey, Bucket, how you doing there? I don't know if you've ever been in a video before. Hopefully you just sit there quietly and don't do anything too ridiculous. We're playing up against Eternatus, I think. Oh no, ADP. They've discarded a Metal Energy. I made an assumption based on the Zigzagoon in the active. ADP, again, will be looking to try and get that GX attack off. Since we went first, we're going to try and get ourselves an Altered Creation. And we'll see if we can't replicate the game that we had in that first part, or the first game that we had in this video, where we try and get our ADP GX attack off before they get theirs, which means that we're in a pretty good spot to win the game. This time, we don't have any Dedenne or Crobats down, which means there's not even a chance of our opponent getting in front of us, as long as our Marnie finds us an Aurora Energy. So their Guzma Hala finds Viridian, Big Charm and Aurora. They'll probably attach the Aurora to ADP, and then likely pass the turn, unless, of course, they have a Dedenne in hand, in which case they will try and get a Zacian Metal Saucer Energy Switch combo going. Looks like just the Metal Energy attachment. Viridian Forest is quite nice for us. We can use that later. Let's see what we've got. I don't like attaching this Water Energy. We could, though. We could just play it down. I kind of feel like it's probably fine. Let's just play it down and then research. Instead of going for the ADP GX attack, let's commit to the Blastoise. We've got the Cherish Ball here. We can grab the Blastoise GX, and then we can quick ball it away. Grab ourselves another Pokemon, maybe a Blastoise Piplup, maybe a Dedenne could be the option. We also have Viridian Forest here, which is quite good. We can get rid of a boss's orders to grab another Water Energy, and this will get us 6 Water Energies in play with Giant Geyser on the first turn. And Bucket is moving the chair around, and it's very awkward and uncomfortable. I might need to. No, that's all right. We'll see. As long as she's still fine. At least it's interesting to watch, right? Okay, so in the meantime, whilst our opponent was dilly-dallying, Bucket has jumped behind my back, and so she's sitting down behind the chair, and anything could happen here, guys. I do not know what to expect. Although on my opponent's side of the field, they do have a Water and a Metal Energy, so perhaps an ADP GX attack. It doesn't look like it though, just an Intrepid Sword. So we are way out in front here we can actually knock this ADP out this turn if we want. We can discard this Aurora, attach a water energy. This is super risky, guys. We probably shouldn't be doing this, but because of the big charm, I think we actually have 7 energy in play, which is the perfect amount to Rocket Splash for 6, 12, 18. Then we go to 24. We can actually leave one. 30, yeah, we can take one of these and leave it on the active. We can shuffle in 6 energies, take the knockout on the ADP. They're going to be in big trouble now. 6 times 5 is 36. I should have known that. That's an easy bit of maths to do. 3 prizes for us. We've got an ADP. We have a Professor's Research and also a Dedenne. We are way out in front here. We're going to need to use the Starmie in our hand, though, to try and get some energy accelerated, because at the moment, there's not a lot going on our side of the field. Metal Saucer for our opponent means they might be able to get a Zacian attacking, but they want to be able to take extra prizes. ADP is built around only attacking with Zacian really twice, or maybe even once in a game, so it is unfortunate that they don't have that GX attack going from their perspective. Another Metal Saucer means their Zacian's fully powered. They might even be able to get it. Energy Switch, they missed that opportunity last turn to retreat. Looks like now they are moving an energy to the Zigzagoon so they can put the Zacian in the active and attack with Brave Blade. This is one of the problems with the Guzmahala variant of ADP Zacian. It's just not quite as consistent, although they are going to be taking 2 prizes on a Dedenne this turn, which is frankly pretty solid. It means that we're pretty set to win the game now, to be honest. We've got pretty much everything that we need already sorted out. Let's just promote Mewtwo. We need some water energies in the discard pile, and we need ourselves a Starmie in the bin as well. This is perfect. We can Capacious Bucket, discard the 2 energies with something like Professor's Research. We might just attach one. We can do a bit of thinning. We can grab a Blastoise out. Let's see, what else can we get? We can Cherish Ball a second time, grab ourselves Blastoise and Piplup, that seems fine. My gut feeling here is just to research this entire hand away. This way we get the Blastoise and the Blastoise Piplup, sorry, and the Starmie in the discard pile, as well as 2 water energies. And next turn we're going to be set and ready to go. We've got plenty of stuff to do. Let's Star Stream 40 damage onto the Zacian, and I'm going to put both of those water energies on the benched Mewtwo. Our opponent doesn't have a huge amount to do this turn. They've already used Brave Blade, which means they need to retreat in order to attack again. And they only have 3 cards left in the hand. One of those cards, though, Dedenne, that's a pretty good one. They're going to be looking for probably Switch. They want to use their GX attack, right? Oh, actually, this is really cool. If they can survive, they can actually go on to get an attack with a Zacian boosted by a Galarian Berserker, which is really, really neat. Looks like they're attaching to the active. They discarded a Switch there, which is very interesting. You would have thought they would have tried to have retreated into something else. They found a Switch, which is good. They could potentially get a Zacian attacking for quite a lot of damage here. On the downside, though, if we manage to knock out this Zacian next turn, they've wasted a lot of resources. We are in a really strong position to win. They're using Stellar Wish. What do we have left? I think we're pretty good. They're going for an energy switch, potentially using that to move an energy from the damaged Zacian across to the other Zacian on the bench. With only the 1 Galarian Meowth, though, they won't be able to get enough damage to knock this Mewtwo out. They actually need 2. 230 plus 40 gets the knockout on Mewtwo. Unfortunately, they're not in a position to do that just yet. We, however, are in a dominant position. We can do pretty much anything that we like here. I'm going to bench another Mewtwo. Let's switch into the Mewtwo with 3 energy on it. That way, we can discard the Viridian Forest, grab ourselves another water energy. And this is where Blastoise and Piplup can come in really, really clutch. We can use Splash Maker here, knock the Jirachi out, and accelerate more water energy from our hand to our benched Pokemon. Let's put our 3 water energies onto our Mewtwo's here. It's probably worth splitting them up. There's the concession. We dominated that game. 3 pretty good runs for Water Mewtwo. Very good wins there for Water Mewtwo, and more importantly, we managed to check off 4 Pokemon families from the OG 150 challenge. Blastoise, Starmie, Mewtwo, and Mew all covered in that video. So thank you very much, YOLO, for the win, for the suggestion. And if you want to make a suggestion for what I should feature on the channel next, then please consider becoming a member of the channel. Thank you very much to everyone who has supported me through a channel membership. so far. Specifically those people on screen: Victor, Dadbod, Fernando, Connor, Dario, and YOLO for the win. Thank you very much for your contributions, and hopefully you enjoyed YOLO for the win, seeing your deck on the big screen. Also, leave me a comment down below if you like this style of editing. I've obviously made a shorter video, but it contains all the same stuff as usual, just cutting out all the boring bits in between. So if you like it, let me know. Like the video as well, so that more people can see it. That would be fantastic. Otherwise, I'll see you next time for more from the Sableyes. Bye.